Hi, my name is Catherine and I'm the blogger from Good Life Road. And today we're going to make a smoothie. I published our best smoothie, the recipe, on the website goodliferoad.com. But I also am going to make a smoothie similar to that smoothie, but a couple different ingredients in there. So for Christmas, my husband and I bought ourselves the Vitamix, which is like the Cadillac of blenders. It also costs almost as much as a Cadillac, but I actually have never had any regrets. I don't look back at all. It's wonderful, and the smoothies we used to make just were nothing in comparison to how they are now. They're just real smooth, and it just helps break down the cell walls of whatever we're blending in there, and it just all comes together and the flavors meld better, and it's really good. So if you like smoothies or you think you want to do that, I'm kind of frugal on that stuff, and I would recommend it, taking the plunge. So anyway, the smoothie today, we're going to start out with some flaxseed. Can you see this on there? Flax seeds are really high in essential fatty acids, so they're great for your skin and your hair and your heart health. And they also, we're putting in the seeds, so the seeds, you get a lot of fiber. And the benefit of smoothies over juices is that you retain the fiber. When you're juicing, you know, you're pulling out all the fiber and essentially throwing it away. And with a smoothie, you're taking the whole thing in. So we're going to put a heaping tablespoon worth of flax seeds into the blender. And then I'm also going to put in some cashews, raw cashews, and goji berries. Goji berries are these little red things here. They're a dried berry. And this is just about a big handful each. We usually soak our cashews. We'll put the raw cashews in a little glass dish and put fresh, pure water, filtered water on the cashews and let them soak for about 8 hours, and then drain them and then keep them covered in the fridge. And but in this case, I'm not using soaked cashews, and that's fine too. Raw is the thing though. And the goji berries, you don't need to soak or anything. We just store them in a jar right in our cabinet. So anyway, this is a big handful of each of those. And then we cut up and freeze avocados when they become ripe. Sometimes we use them just fresh when they're ripe, but freezing them keeps them from going bad, and we can just have as many as we want throughout the week. And so this is the equivalent about a half of an avocado, maybe a tiny bit more than that. And then we're going to put in a whole banana. Sometimes when it's just for my husband and I, we'll do half a banana, and we keep these frozen too. You let them go ripe, and even if they're getting a little overripe, they're still good when they're frozen. This is a fresh banana, and I'm going to use the whole thing because our 5-year-old also has started really loving smoothies, which is awesome as a parent to know that your child is getting such good nutrition and that they actually enjoy it. So it's a whole lot better than Fruit Loops. So there is the banana. Not that we ever gave her Fruit Loops, but... And then cinnamon. Cinnamon, they have found, is very good in stabilizing blood sugar and is good for, I believe, blood pressure as well. So we put in, and it's great for flavor. It kind of brings everything together, but it's not overpowering. We do about a teaspoon worth of cinnamon into the blender. And then a very interesting superfood is maca, and it's M-A-C-A, maca. If you haven't had maca before in a smoothie or are not familiar with maca, but you make smoothies, I highly recommend you go out to your best natural food store and get yourself some powdered maca, because it's you will feel the difference in like a week of maca consumption. It's just a powerful superfood. It's said to be a mild aphrodisiac. It just makes you feel great, and it tastes good when it's blended into smoothies. So it has a really nice smell to it. So I do 2 heaping, regular like soup spoons. I'm not too exact about things, but if you want to be, you can. But I do 2 heaping tablespoons of maca. And then another superfood is mesquite. Mesquite, you're going to think of like barbecue mesquite. This is mesquite from the mesquite tree, and it also comes in powdered form at your natural food store. And it's kind of a caramely sort of flavor, and it is really good in smoothies too, and it blends in well with chocolate, and so you'll see. So 1 heaping tablespoon of mesquite, just one of those. And then also another superfood is lucuma. Lucuma is a fruit, and then it's made into powdered form. You can get it at your natural food store. It's used in ice creams, the making of ice creams. It's sweet, and it's also a thickener, but it's not a high glucose. Like, it doesn't raise your glucose levels in your blood really fast. So it's healthy for people who are keeping an eye on that kind of thing. So I do a heaping tablespoon of that. Lucuma, Lucema. And then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of raw cacao. Raw cacao has no sugar in it. It is the straight cacao that they do make chocolate with, but it doesn't taste like regular chocolate if you were to just have a dip in there. It's bitter, but it is fabulous tasting in a smoothie because you do get that chocolate flavor, and it's really good for you. It has all those antioxidants and flavonoids that chocolate is famous for, but none of the junk. So there's 2 heaping tablespoons of raw cacao. And then I already put in the cinnamon. This is Pure Synergy. There are different varieties of green superfood combinations that you can find in your natural food store or health store. Pure Synergy is the one that we use. It has a huge amount of stuff in it. It's got a lot of spirulina in it, chlorella, kelp, wakame. So it's got a lot of seaweeds and that type of stuff, which are great for the micronutrients that we often lack. And but on top of it, it's got all sorts of like Chinese mushrooms and that type of thing. So it's amazingly powerful food. It's a strong flavor, so I used to have a hard time having it when we try to drink it in juices, like to have a tablespoon in juice, shake it up and drink it. It was too green for me. But added into a smoothie that has a ton of other flavor, you can't really detect the taste of it, but you're getting all those benefits, and it's awesome. So now I'm wholeheartedly a Pure Synergy fan. So it comes with a little scooper, and I'm going to scoop out. We're getting towards the bottom of this jar, so I'm going to scoop out a full tablespoon of this, and then a little bit extra because it's hard to get the bottom. So that's the Pure Synergy, and that, once you open it, you keep it in the, actually all the time you keep it in the fridge. And then this sounds strange probably to some people, but because we just put in cacao and all these other things and banana, but I'm going to put in spinach because again, you really can't detect it in there. A little bit you can, but you're starting out your day consuming this whole bowl full of fresh, raw, organic. Always use organic if you're going to do something like this. Because you certainly don't want to be blending up pesticides with your smoothie. but all the spinach you're getting right at the start of your day, so it just creates a lot of vibrancy for you. So I'm gonna put all that in there, and then often we would add a couple of dates to this mixture, but I don't think I'm gonna do that today. So then we have 2 cups of pure water, just as long as you use good, pure, filtered water. We actually invested in a really good filtration system about 6 or 8 months ago, so this is just epically clean water, and it's reverse osmosis, and then it's remineralized, but as long as it's good, clean water. So 2 cups of that, and I'm gonna add actually 2 more cups. The filtration system comes through our sink. So I'm gonna add 2 more cups because we have Emma who's joining us for a smoothie, so we're gonna need a little more water. And then of course ice, because it wouldn't be a smoothie if it didn't have ice in it and wasn't nice and cold and frosty. So, 2 big cups of ice. That all in there. And now it's gonna get loud. So that's one thing about the Vitamix, it's kind of like a jet engine taking off. So here we go. You start on low variable speed and turn it on. Cranked up. And you crank it up to full speed. And that's it. It only takes about 45 seconds to a minute, and it blends all of that stuff up to the creamiest, smoothest drink. It's amazing. So here are 2 glasses. Another nice little added touch, which I like to do, especially when we're using cacao, is add these raw cacao nibs, they call them. They're like, you know, if you had chocolate chip ice cream, they're like the little chips, and they just add a nice texture with the creaminess, but they also have no sugar, no, you know, butter, fat in them at all, so they're kind of bitter if you eat them on their own, but they're really good mixed in with the smoothie. So I'm gonna pour these. And put in a few cacao, you know, like a flat tablespoonful, and then just give them a kind of stir so they go towards the bottom. Get all mixed in. All right. Bon appetit. Yum. See you next time on Good Life Road. Bye.